I'm Larry Menti. Welcome back to Jersey Matters. The governor of New Jersey, Chris Christie, recently signed into law an open adoption bill. And that means basically that adopted children and adults in the future will be able to find out where they came from and who their parents were, their birth parents were. To talk more about that is Kimberly Paglino from the New Jersey Coalition for Adoption Reform and Education. I know I phrased that very simply. Could you explain the law to me?
Sure. So the law will allow adopted persons 18 years of age and older and certain others to access a copy of their original birth certificate. Those will come into effect after January 1st of 2017. The law also allows for adoptive parents of minor children to access the original birth certificate for their child and direct descendants of the adoptee as well.
And can parents redact their names from the birth certificates?
The birth parent, any birth parent who placed a child for adoption in New Jersey and the adoption was finalized prior to August 1st of 2015 has until December 31st of 2016 to redact their name from the original birth certificate. And it will be released to the adopted person. However, the name would be redacted. And
I saw that there were also some other parts of it where the parent could say, I don't want to be contacted, or if you are going to contact me, you have to do it through an intermediary. Explain that.
Correct. So the contact preference form is common with these laws that have been passed in other states. And basically, and all birth parents, past and future, can take advantage of this. And basically, they elect for the type of contact they may wish to have from the adopted person. The options are to be contacted directly by the adopted person. The second option is to be contacted through an intermediary of their choosing. And the third option is, please do not contact me.
How many adopted children and adults are there in New Jersey? Do you know?
I do not know that question.
Are there statistics on that, or they're kept pretty private, I would imagine?
Well, there really is actually no formal statistic keeping on a lot of types of adoption in the United States. I can tell you that the most common type of adoption after step-parent adoptions is really adoptions from the child welfare system, and then after that, international domestic newborns or domestic infant placements have, since the early 1970s, been the smallest amount of adoption placements per year throughout the US.
It's a shame they don't keep better statistics on that, because it would help, I would think it would help your cause as well.
Absolutely.
Now, you are adopted.
Correct.
Have you been able to find out who your birth parents were?
I have very limited information that has led me to some inconclusive endings. So I was born in New Jersey and subsequently placed for adoption, and I look forward to accessing my original information for a variety of reasons.
And you'll be able to? Because of this?
Yeah.
And the reason I brought it up was not certainly to pry, but my reason to bring it up was because I wanted to find out why this was important to adults and children that are adopted. Tell me what this means to adults and children adopted. Sure.
So, we really look at this as this is an issue of human rights and civil rights. And the reality is that adopted people, we're not asking for a different set of rights than any other person. We're asking for the same rights as everybody else, to be able to access a copy of our own original information, our own true birth certificate. There are a variety of practical reasons that information, having information of your genetic roots, is important. There are personal reasons for people. Some people may be seeking their original birth certificate in the hope of having a reunion with original family members, but primarily, for all of us, this is it's a human rights issue.
Is there an emotional component to it?
Well, it's a very personal, it's personal, absolutely. So and I think that there's a lot of misperceptions about adoption out there. Doing this advocacy work, we hear that, and that can be tough. That can be really difficult.
The parent has some rights too, do they not? If they give up a child for adoption, do they have a right to privacy?
I think any human being certainly has a right to express to another human being whether or not they wish to be contacted, whether or not they wish to have a relationship. But one woman who has led this cause in New Jersey for many years, Pam Hasagawa, said something very profound once, that we do not view ourselves as separate from our birth parents' privacy. We view ourselves as a part of their privacy, because the birth certificate documents our birth. So there's a big difference between releasing information such as this to the general public, which the bill does not do, and allowing the person who is on the birth certificate to be able to access that document just like everybody else.
And with that, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Kimberly Paglino, the New Jersey Coalition for Adoption Reform and Education. And that wraps up Jersey Matters for today. I'm Larry Menti. Stick around for another thing.